Hey, hey, I got a folder and a pen, ribbon on my pinky. I say hello to the advisors, got our big sisters to guide us. We gotta take attendance, gotta take attendance, gotta take the minutes, gotta sing the hymn and pledge. We break off in committees, get critiques from our big sissies. Then we read our essays to be the perfect ladies. You gotta have some chicken, gotta have some chicken. You gotta have some chicken, it's a pretty essential. Jumped in my mama's car, girl, let's put some miles on it. All over Michigan, trying to be there on time to be the perfect ladies, yeah. The Co-eds will show us how blue ribbons tie. So nice, good food and a bond for life. Lucky for us, that's prissy life. That's prissy life. Lucky for us, that's prissy life. That's prissy life. Up all day and all night. Perfect in our dance, so it's tight. Lucky for us, that's prissy life. That's prissy life. Lucky for us, that's prissy life. That's prissy life. Ooh, we take our shoes off by the door. Respect when someone has the floor. Okay, you can bring the speaker, and I'll bring the ribbon, prissy sisters. I'll never make a promise that I can't keep. Put all your trust in me. Began at 41. Yeah, we've come so far. Now take a look at our line and tell us who's not fine. Is it you? Is it you? Is it me? Is it me? No, it's us. You'll agree, ladies. Jumped in my mama's car, girl, let's put some miles on it. All over Michigan, trying to be there on time to be the perfect ladies, yeah. The Co-eds will show us how blue ribbons tie. So nice, good food and a bond for life. Lucky for us, that's prissy life. That's prissy life. Lucky for us, that's prissy life. That's prissy life. Up all day and all night. Perfect in our dance, so it's tight. Lucky for us, that's prissy life. That's prissy life. Lucky for us, that's prissy life. That's prissy life. Ooh.
What's the Co-ette motto for us? You're always what?
A lady.
You're always a lady. You're always a lady. Understood? Yes?
Yes.
You are always what?
A lady.
And what are you today?
A lady.
Leadership.
Determined.
Successful.
Confidence. I'm Azaria Jack, and I became a co-ed in 2017.
Hi, I'm Raquel Wright, and I'm a senior as a co-ed.
Hi, I'm Eve Washington, and I'm also a senior.
Hi, my name's Caitlin Upong, and I just became a co-ed this year.
Beautiful.
Passionate.
Intelligent.
My name is Dorothy Cooper, and I was a co-ed in the 1940s. I think that I might have been in the second group, but I know it was not the first. There were a few co-eds that were older and started before I did. It was in the 40s, my teenage years, and Mary Agnes Davis was our group leader. There were 4 things, as I recall, that Mary Agnes tried to instill in all of us as co-eds. One was academic achievement, doing well academically. She really wanted us to succeed. She knew that education was the key for us.
Eldora Stevens.
Marcia McCall Strong.
We were co-eds in the 50s, 1958 through 1960.
When I think of Mrs. Davis, I just think of a very elegant lady. She was very well spoken and just a wonderful inspiration to us all.
When you think of someone that you want to role model yourself after, it would have been Mrs. Davis. There was nothing that I didn't think that she could do. And just her handwriting was beautiful. And when I would receive notes from her, I was just always just so pleased, sometimes a little bit intrepid because I didn't know what the notes were going to say. But I wanted to always be like Mrs. Davis.
I'm Karen Dobbins Gay. I was a co-ed from 1960 to 1964. I became an advisor in 1975, and I'm in my 42nd year.
My name is Karen Willoughby Gaskill. I was a co-ed from 1959 to 61, and I've been with the co-ed for 25 years as an advisor.
When I ran into Mrs. Davis at the shopping mall, she says, "Oh, I haven't seen you for years." I was 28 years old. "I haven't seen you for years. Our girls are getting ready to have the charity ball, and my sister can't hold the tune, and neither can I. So we need you to come and teach the tune to the co-ed hymn. Do you remember it?" Well, of course I remembered it. So I went to the meeting and taught the hymn, and then I sang with the girls at the charity ball. And a week later, Mrs. Davis said, "You did such a great job with the charity ball of 1975 that I have decided to name you the director of the charity ball from now on. Congratulations." Did she ask me? No. She just assumed I was going to do it. But she taught us to take responsibility, to be thoughtful, and to give of our time and talents.
She pulled out the best in us. She encouraged us to do things that maybe we felt we weren't ready to. You see them at Chrissy's, shy, shaky, and then after 3 years, you see them blossom like a rose. It might sound trite, but they blossom.
It's true, though.
They show poise, confidence, ready to meet the world.
I'm Linda Williams Bowie, and I became a co-ed in 1963 through 66. And we both graduated. I'm Debbie Fitzgerald Copeland. One of the really wonderful things was the encouragement that Mary Agnes gave us as the leader. I have some handwritten letters that she wrote to me that I still have kept that were so encouraging, that helped to build self-esteem, that talked about congratulations for whatever little things we did. And it's very rare to get handwritten letters like that when you're a teenager from anybody who thinks about what you're doing or how you're functioning.
And you have the letters, but what was most, along with what she said, was wonderful, but her penmanship was absolutely outstanding.
An envelope addressed in beautiful blue ink, hand scripted from her. Sometimes what I read inside I didn't like because it was a way of nurturing us that sometimes involved corrections, but there are other times, and oftentimes, there were letters of encouragement.
Hi, I'm Allison Wheatley Martin, and I was a co-ed in the late 1970s.
I'm Joya Harris Sharon, and I was also a co-ed in the late 70s. And Mary Agnes was a jewel, that she really cared about all of us. She was very stern with us, but she wanted us to be the best that we could be, and she worked at doing that to her heart and soul. And I know when I joined another organization as an adult, and she was also in the organization, she wrote me just the most lovely note saying that she just was watching her co-eds grow up, and it was so wonderful for her to see us the way we are and coming into other organizations and working in the community, and that was just such a thrill for her, and I still have that note that she sent me.
Mary Agnes was known for the handwritten notes she sent people. She had beautiful handwriting, and she would write you letters and notes, and made you feel very special. And my mother, being an advisor of the co-eds, I spent time as a little girl watching her get ready for meetings and participate, go to the charity ball. So I knew that that was an organization that I wanted to be part of, and I really enjoyed it.
It was a leadership building opportunity.
Linda was the chairman of the board, I was president, and we sort of switched off with different offices. Everything you did for co-eds was a growing experience. The fact that we were an integral part of making it happen helped us then, and as Linda says, as we grow.
It was absolutely before its time black girl leadership.
Yeah.
When you think back about co-eds, what made you become a co-ed?
Well, becoming a co-ed was really a given for me. My mother was a co-ed, my sister was a co-ed, all of my good friends were co-eds, you were a co-ed. So it was just something that I wanted to do, to be with my friends, to learn the leadership skills, to do the community service that we did, to play on the parties. It was a very wonderful organization for parties, service, and all of that. And plus, we had Mary Agnes, who taught us all to be ladies.
We were good friends. We became good friends. And that lasted for many of us, I mean, up until now.
We've been friends over 50 years, even before Coettes. But you just meet so many wonderful girls from different walks of life, from different high schools, different attitudes, and you just all come together.
It was a real opportunity to become friends with people that you never would have met from other high schools.
Yeah, because I guess we were sort of, our high school was Mumford Central and Cass,
Right.
but in there were Pershing and Eastern and all those schools of people that we met.
Our friends, we've been friends over 50 years, even before Coettes. But you just meet so many wonderful girls from different walks of life, from different high schools, different attitudes, and you just all come together.
Yes, Coettes is a jumping board and a starting point for you for the rest of your life. The things that you will learn in Coettes will take you through high school, through college, through work. It will take you anywhere that you go in life, and you will feel confident in yourself. And you'll always know that you have a friend. Once you have a Coed, you'll know that that Coed is your friend, and she's a true friend. All of the Coeds are true friends. We love one another. We look out for one another. We support one another. And so to be a Coed is to have a truly high aspiration.
It's very special.
Indeed. I'm so glad to have been a Coed.
Elizabeth Stafford, formerly Elizabeth Givens, better known as Betty Ann, when I was in Coettes, and I graduated in 1983.
Hello, my name is Catherine Loomis, otherwise known as Kitty, and I graduated from Coettes in 1985.
Hi, I'm Reva Smith, formerly Reva Orr. I graduated in 85.
Hello, my name is Amir Loomis, and I graduated in 1983.
Favorite memory of being in the Coettes was our parties at the YWCA in downtown Detroit.
Which doesn't exist anymore.
Right, it's gone now.
I know.
And we would not allow our kids to go there, even if it
never.
did exist. And we would have coordinated dances. I remember Lauren Campbell was very instrumental in putting together our routines. So we had the party, but then the build up to the party, which was getting our routine together, and I really enjoyed that very much.
Right. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
We had the best party. Rock Lobster,
yes.
We had the best parties. Coed parties were the best. And then our fashion shows. We had a great fashion show.
we did have fashion shows.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And the Prissy Days.
The Prissy Days.
Yes,
those are our Prissy songs.
It was fun, and you felt like you were going through an initiation that you would remember.
It was fun.
And we were bonding. We were all bonding, and I mean, I think just looking at us today, we're all still friends. I think that was probably the biggest thing I could take away from it. It's just we just created such good, deep friendships with people that we are still close friends with today.
Yeah. And it was tradition. We were creating memories that have lasted our lives until today. And we also kept secrets, right? we had this secret, what would you call it? Like club sisterhood, yes. That only co-ed sisters
would understand.
But you know what? It means a lot.
Yeah.
My name's Rebecca Thomas, and my mother, Jane Roscoe Thomas, many of you will remember in her different roles with the club. First as a member, and then later on as an advisor. I was taken to co-ed meetings probably from the time I could walk. I think she kept us all in line. All she had to do was give you a sideward glance and you knew what you were supposed to do. But it was always from the heart. Doing the right thing as a volunteer really was a value that she wanted to instill not only in me as her daughter, but I think she considered all the co-eds as sort of daughters to her. My mom would have loved to have been with you today. She was looking forward to the 75th anniversary. Just, the history of the club and the sisterhood of the club meant a lot to her and has meant a lot to me.
Talk a little bit about your mom, Allison.
Well, my mom was a sponsor, Jeanette Wheatley. She's been involved in the Coettes as long as I can remember. And even as a little girl, I remember her preparing for the charity ball and the various events and the chocolate hour, and I always wanted to be a co-ette and participate.
The one thing that I always remember about Jeanette, and I think most of us will, is her favorite word. She always called us precious.
You'd be in a department store, my brother and I, somebody might be doing something she didn't want. She'd say, precious? Well, that's that voice, precious.
That was the thing.
Yep.
How fortunate we were to be a part of this community and the co-eds. It's something that stays with you all your life.
The other three things that stand out. She really stressed how important it was to be properly groomed, properly attired for any occasion.
The charity ball was something where you looked fabulous. I mean, you were just decked out in the most beautiful formal gowns, and that was, I guess, the beginning of something.
Right.
Right.
And then you took those same gowns and wore them in the spring
Yeah.
to the opening of the opera.
Oh, the opera.
They'd have us we went to the opening of the opera, so that was we wore those gowns and long gloves.
In those days, we wore blue jeans, but we didn't wear them as frequently as they do now. But she made it clear that there were certain situations when we should appear in appropriate dress, just not with jeans or shorts or whatever.
Preparation for the charity ball was always a memorable challenge. Who you gonna date? Who you gonna bring with you?
It truly was. What were you going to wear?
What are you gonna wear?
And we got lots of press back in the day. It was a really wonderful thing.
We were stylish young women, weren't we?
We were cutting edge.
Gosh.
Co-ed meetings, co-ed charity balls,
Right.
at school.
Hairstyles.
The co-ed girls were
Co-eds.
fashionable and popular.
Fashionistas from head to toe.
Yes.
Our hairstyles, our makeup, our outfits, the dresses we wore, and the shoes.
Everything.
Everything.
And we were very popular, especially with the boys.
Oh, the boys.
The boys. So that's probably why our parties were so successful.
I agree.
They were the thing
Yes.
to get to.
The boys were looking to be the date of a co-ed, weren't they?
The girls plan the charity ball. They come up with their own theme. They name the charity ball. They have very organized committees along with a chair who is the first vice president. So the leadership skills really come into play for this. And I can't think of a year when it hasn't been successful.
I think the advisors expected us to present ourselves in a certain way and to dress a certain way, and that has carried over into the way we carry ourselves in for any activities, whether it's social, community activity, or school, business. We know that we can't just show up any old way. We represent ourselves in a certain way, which I think was a huge thing that was instilled in us from co-eds.
Well, we learned everything about etiquette in the Co-ette Club. There would never be a day that we would go somewhere, I think, on a social outing that we wouldn't know how to act, because we'd already been prepared. We knew what to say. We knew how to conduct ourselves. We knew how to handle ourselves as far as etiquette at the dinner table, at a luncheon, at a tea. We knew how to dress for a ball. We knew how to dress for a meeting. We just knew how to conduct ourselves wherever we were. And we always wanted to exemplify the co-ed spirit, because we didn't want to be found anywhere and someone see us and think we were co-ed and we were not exemplifying what co-ed stand for.
At the time of her death, Karen and I were charged with helping out to go through her things. And some things that we found, they were going to send to Goodwill. And there was a beautiful cigarette case. And when I saw the cigarette case, I said, Mary Agnes Davis, I mean, she didn't smoke, did she? But everybody at that age did smoke. That generation did smoke. But it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And I have it to this day. The other thing is her beautiful hats and things like that. We had a chance to look at. She was a woman of elegance, as we all know. And having a few of those pieces, I will always cherish, and I will pass it on to someone who can also cherish. There will be another Co-ed. I don't know who it's going to be.
We just took pride in who we were as human beings, as young African American women.
Absolutely.
Growing up in Detroit, in the D.
And that we were co-eds.
In terms of many of our requirements, she really stressed to us as teenagers the importance of giving back to our communities, to be good community citizens by volunteering. She made it clear that, of course, we wanted jobs, we wanted to have money and an income, but she also stressed the fact that to be a really good citizen, you need to devote some time to worthy causes and not expect to get paid for it. And of course, fourth, sort of tied together with that, was her strong push toward philanthropy. That you went out of your way, because I remember us working hard on those fundraisers to get money for the charity ball, and we always donated that money to some very worthy cause, such as the United Negro College Fund or something similar.
Hi, my name is Crystal Powell, and I was a co-ed in the 80s. Mrs. Davis was absolutely wonderful. I enjoyed being a co-ed under the leadership of Mrs. Davis. She was very involved in so many things, not just social things. She was involved in various educational aspirations. She was involved in a lot of community events, and it really was what has inspired me. We've had the wonderful opportunity to work with the American Red Cross. As I mentioned earlier, we have members who volunteer on the blood mobiles. I did that when I was a co-ed, myself and my co-ed sisters. We also have co-eds now who work in the offices, and we have a great long-standing relationship with the Friends of the Detroit Public Library. That is an organization that is the fundraising arm of the Detroit Public Library, and we fund programs for all of the library's branches here in the city of Detroit. We also have an opportunity to volunteer at the Carmanos Cancer Institute. We have the opportunity now to volunteer with the Merrill Palmer Skillman Institute at Wayne State University. It is now called the Giant Step Teen Conference, and it is the same teen conference that Mrs. Davis founded and the Co-ette Club supported back in the 1980s. So there's quite an honor to have that go on for, I want to say 35 years, 35 continuous years. So there are a lot of milestones that we can think back on fondly as we look at our 75th anniversary and all that the club has done for not only its members but for the community.
Beverly Berry, and I was a co-ed during the 1970s. I currently serve as an advisor for the club in the position of Executive Administrator and Director of Fundraising. Well, the one thing I can say, I've lived elsewhere outside of Michigan. I lived in New York for several years and also in Los Angeles. And I ran into some of my former co-ed alumni sisters out there, and that bond is unshakable. We had great times within the club, and as we went on to college and our careers and whatnot, I still reach out to many of them today to talk to them. You never know what situation you're in where you're going to run into a co-ed, but I can guarantee one thing: if they're doing something and they're from Michigan, they probably were a co-ed. We're still teaching some of the same basic good principles and morals that make a difference in the world. That young people understand that you can have technology, but you also need some soft skills, and those soft skills are very important. So I think our legacy will definitely be to continue to nurture and grow young women to become leaders, not just in the city of Detroit, but all around the country and the world possibly.
Hi.
Meet my sister, also known as my mom, my mother.
I'm Suan Loomis, a co-ed from the 1980s.
And I'm Eve Washington, a co-ed from 2015? Yeah.
Yes, and we are mother and daughter. And we have started a legacy of co-etism.
Co-etism.
And we're both very happy and proud that we were selected to participate in the organization. It means so much to us. It has always meant so much to us from the day that we joined.
Of course.
We developed wonderful friendships, and Eve is currently going to be a senior in the Co-ette Club. So she's finishing her last year in high school, and I've had the pleasure of being her mom and watching her grow and mature as a wonderful young co-ed woman.
So they can talk to anyone, can't they?
Oh, yes.
They can hold their own with
when
anyone.
we go down to the DIA to have our pictures taken, these beautiful black women, young ladies, walking through the halls of the DIA are stopped by many people who are coming to see their exhibits, and they're asked, well, who are you? Or what are you doing? They are so articulate, and we are so proud of them because they can just run it all off with no prompting. And that is reinforcing to us. That makes us keep on doing what we're doing.
Hi, my name is Diop Russell, and I am the president of the Co-ette Club. I joined Co-ettes in 2015.
Hi, my name is Gabby Bright. I'm also a co-ed from 2015, and I am the third vice president.
My name is Jordan. I'm a current co-ed, and I became a co-ed in 2017.
Hi, my name is Alexandra. I'm also a current co-ed, and I became a co-ed in 2016.
Hi, my name is Simone Cleaves, and I became a co-ed in 2016.
Hi, I'm Kayla Idyback. I'm a current co-ed, and I became a co-ed in 2015.
Hi, my name is Valia Shreve, and I'm a current co-ed, and I became a co-ed in 2017.
Some of the advisors are doctors and lawyers, and they always tell us about their different experiences.
Yeah, they definitely teach us a lot from day one, for sure. And we always are able to be directed and understand, and they teach us so much about just the world and like how we should be as ladies.
We hold our legacy very dearly to us. So to be on our 75th year, it means that we have been an empowering group in our community.
Happy 75th anniversary! Happy 75th anniversary, Co-eds!
The two Karens.
Karen and Karen.
Yes, my sister.
Happy 75th anniversary. Happy 75th anniversary, Co-eds. Co-ed girls!
Happy 75th birthday,
Co-eds. Co-eds forever.
We're very proud to be co-eds.
Yes. Thank you, my co-ed sister.
Happy 75th anniversary, Co-ette Club.
Happy 75th anniversary. Happy 75th anniversary, Co-eds.
We love you.
Those were the things that I have to confess I've taken with me all my life. That we don't just always look for pay. We do some things because they're worth doing, and they make a statement to the community that we care, and that we don't always keep everything that we make or have access to for ourselves, that we need to share, and we need to often give money to worthy causes. Those are the things that I've taken with me from the Co-eds through my life. And I really appreciate Mary Agnes's efforts on our behalf as young people.
The National History of the Co-ette Club Incorporated. Therefore, we have become incorporated in this year of 1958 for the purpose of taking in chapters in other cities. The Co-ette Club was founded and sponsored by Mary Agnes Miller Davis. The club was organized at the request of approximately 25 or more high school girls with whom the founder became acquainted during her college days. This acquaintance came about as a result of a former club association of a different name and purpose, but with these same 25 or more high school girls who were later to become the first Co-ette members. Since that time, the name Co-ette has almost become synonymous with high school, teenage, social life in Detroit. The first Co-ettes to whom we have dedicated this handbook were the real pioneers in our organization in the realm of all our endeavors, social, cultural, and civic, which have now become established traditions of the Co-ette Club Incorporated. In the beginning, our program was not as well defined or as high structured as it is today. The cohesiveness of the group was due primarily to the fact that the members and the founder simply enjoyed the good fellowship of each other. However, from its inception, the club was dedicated to a program of cultural, civic, and charitable interests and projects. Inasmuch as there were no traditions set in these specific areas of club activities by previously organized teenage groups of long standing in Detroit, at first, we just had fun finding our way. As the years passed, the club grew in stature and maturity. We developed keener insight into the broad interpretation of the word social. We came to realize that there is tremendous depth and scope to its meaning of this word. We became more articulate in defining the philosophy and program of the Co-ette Club as it related to our social responsibility to the community. Most of all, we were continuously thinking of new, exciting, and inspiring ways in which we could give tangible expression to our club, philosophy, and program. Perhaps this explains how we decided upon the United Negro College Fund as our national project, or a life membership in the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or our contributions to the Braille and sight-saving classes in the Detroit Public Schools, or our membership in the Founders Society of the Detroit Institute of Arts, and any number of other memberships and or contributions to other organizations. Under the administration and mentorship of over 15 Co-ette alumni, the Co-ette Club continues to thrive, to be relevant, and to contribute in many ways to the Metropolitan Detroit community. Valuable contributions in leadership, volunteerism, and philanthropy are made through the tremendous effort of the members and the advisors every year. The club meets bi-weekly on Sunday afternoons. Each member must host a meeting, demonstrate her ability to entertain with thoughtfulness, poise, and grace. The meetings are led by the president using Robert's Rules of Order. Lively discussions and planning sessions, as well as important announcements of upcoming cultural events, are on the agenda of the meetings. The discussions and planning sessions, reports, etc., are all led by committee chairs who are being trained in leadership techniques. During her years as a co-ette, every co-ette receives extensive leadership training and has the opportunity to demonstrate her technique as a chair of an event committee or as an officer of the club. Co-ette volunteers share their time and talents with many nonprofit organizations such as Carmano's Cancer Institute, the Detroit Public Library, and the Red Cross. The members especially enjoy assisting at a variety of events at the Detroit Public Library, such as tutoring children and helping as a tea for young girls. During the summer, the program Summer in the City is a favorite as it allows the members to interact with children of Detroit in helping to beautify the city of Detroit. Philanthropy is an important part of the Co-ette program. Annually, our charity ball, an elegant formal event, gives the girls the opportunity to be formally presented and to be awarded for extraordinary fundraising for charity. Since the club's beginning, the United Negro College Fund has been our national charity, receiving over $100,000 from the club. The Friends of the Detroit Public Library has received over $25,000 and many hours of volunteer services from the members. The Metropolitan Detroit Teen Conference, a major conference for Detroit area students from public, private, parochial, and charter schools, has received $36,500. That conference was founded by Mrs. Mary Agnes Miller Davis, the Co-ette Club founder, to foster understanding amongst ninth grade students of various ethnic and economic backgrounds. Over 250 high school students participate annually. The Co-ette Club dedicates its annual charity ball to the three above-mentioned organizations each year, but they are only three of many institutions receiving major financial contributions from the Co-ette Club. The Co-ette Club provides exposure to a variety of cultural experiences, such as its annual Big Sister, Little Sister High Tea. The members also especially attend an annual gathering at a performance by the Michigan Opera Theater, preceded by a pre-opera party at the Opera House, a delicious meal, and an informative talk on that evening's opera. Experiences of the Co-ette Club members provide them with the knowledge needed to become well-rounded leaders in their communities and professions in the future, as well as lifelong friendships with their co-ed sisters.
Dear co-eds, we praise thee, we sing out thy glory, we'll honor and love thee forever.
Oh, okay. I'll be careful.
Lord.
Throw them things on the rug.
We know
I was gonna say something to you
in
about
our
it too, girl. I can't step out.
and in our minds, the
No worries. I know I'm being
memories
bad.
and friendships will last, though we part. We'll always be loyal and full of good
She
cheer.
was Lena's big sister.
Our hearts
Oh, isn't that
will
cool?
be with thee, far or near. Co-ed's our name.
You got the camera
We
working.
say it with
Be
pride.
quiet, you're messing it up, Pat.
Always doing our duty, Lord, be our guide. As a member of the Co-ette Club, I must exalt her purpose through my conduct, being forever aware of the tasks that lie before me. With patience and care, I shall pursue a place on our scroll of honor, for my duty shall be well performed.